All right. All right, Dr. Brower, we will turn it over to you.
Very good. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. David Brower, and I'm the Dean of the School of Business and Hospitality Management at SUNY Delhi. And it's my privilege to welcome you to the 2021 Virtual Hospitality Banquet. On behalf of the faculty and staff of the Hospitality Management Department, it's our pleasure to host you for this fun tradition. Despite the fact that we can't gather tonight in person, I'm confident that we'll have a great time celebrating academic achievement and the graduating class of 2021. Your instructors and I are extremely proud of you and the hard work that you've put into your studies this year. It's been a year like no other for our industry, the Hospitality Management Department, and SUNY Delhi. We know that it's been uniquely challenging for each of you too. Despite its complications, however, we've been provided with a number of silver linings, all of which will help to make us more effective in the future. To top it off, the future of our industry is very bright. The National Jobs Report has noted that the largest growth in jobs for the past 2 months has been in hospitality-related roles. This is great news for our graduates and for all of you as you look to your future in this exciting industry. But as you look forward, I also encourage you to reflect on your past and commend yourselves for a job very well done. You've persevered and thrived, characteristics that will bring you great success in every aspect of your lives. In thinking of some sage advice to share with you tonight, I was reminded of a quote coined by Catherine Gaskin, which seems to sum up exactly what I wanted to say. She says, quote, "Be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside." The premise of this quote embodies the essence of hospitality and grace and will always lead you in the right direction. We're in store for a great program this evening. I'd be remiss if I didn't offer my heartfelt thanks to Professor Amanda Holland and the students enrolled in her Event 420 Advanced Event Management course for all their hard work with making this evening possible. They were responsible for every single detail, from invitations to logistics, and have done an excellent job. Thanks to all of you for your efforts. Now, it's my distinct pleasure to welcome Anastasia Berneri, a student in the Event 420 course, to introduce our guest speaker for the evening. Anastasia, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Please welcome our guest speaker, Kelly Brady. Kelly Brady is a SUNY Delhi graduate of 2019. Right out of college, she was hired as a sales coordinator at the Crowns Plaza in White Plains. She's going to speak about how the pandemic put a huge impact on the hospitality industry, how many jobs were lost due to the pandemic, and advice for graduating seniors going into the hospitality industry.
Hi, my name is Kelly Brady, and I am an alumni of SUNY Delhi. I graduated in December 2019 with my bachelor's in event management. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak to your class today about the effects on hospitality with COVID. I just want to introduce myself a little bit. So I did graduate from Westchester Community College with my associate's degree in culinary arts and management. I then took 3 years off to explore my options and see where I wanted to lean more towards with hospitality. I actually became an assistant catering manager for a small business, and I was doing that for a few years. And then I realized I wanted to go back to learn more about conference planning or large scale events. So that is what led me to Delhi. So I am currently a sales manager at the Sonesta White Plains. It was formerly the Crown Plaza. I started as a sales coordinator and I was promoted within 6 months of being employed. And basically, I work with all of the hotel blocks. So anything for social events, whether that be a bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, wedding, a birthday party, a family reunion, anyone that wants to reserve a block of rooms, that's what I would be responsible for. And then if anyone wanted to do, a brunch or a rehearsal dinner or anything like that, I'd be responsible for setting that up as well. Currently, my company, it's all hands on deck. We're really, really limited staff. So I was working at the front desk as front office manager when the actual front office manager was not on duty. I'm currently planning the events when they come in, and then I'm also working with different segments that I've never actually worked with. For example, instead of doing, a birthday party, I'm responsible for booking production as well. So anyone that's filming in the area, I'd be, in charge of setting that room block up as well. So, one thing that I do want to say is working in the hospitality industry during COVID has been very unpredictable. I was furloughed in March and I returned to work in July, and it was very, very unsettling. We really were unsure of when things would, get up and coming again. People weren't really allowed to have these gatherings or events, which is crazy because I chose my field because I had a feeling that we would never be, affected by anything. I felt like anyone and everyone was always going to have events. And then we had a pandemic, which basically affected all social gatherings, which is just something that I never thought I would have to experience. But, we're getting through it and we've done whatever we could to try to keep our guests safe and our employees safe as well. So, I watched business really suffer. A lot of hotels actually closed in Westchester. We were grateful enough to actually stay open and rebrand. We were owned by IHG and now we're owned by Sonesta, which is actually one of the top growing hotel brands currently. They had 80 hotels prior to December, and now they're going to have about 1,400 properties by the end of June. So they're really adding a lot of properties to their brand and, trying to add more, hotels day by day and basically just, kind of take over the hotel world, which is kind of cool to see. So, one thing I will say is things that changed was a lot of our guests were very, nervous to start traveling. I mean, all business and corporate travel have actually been suspended. I just noticed recently that it's been picking up, and that's like more like construction companies because I mean construction doesn't stop, so they're still working, but major companies like Pepsi, they're all virtual. So we've really suffered with that because majority of our business is corporate travel. So it's kind of just been up to me to book as much social gathering blocks as possible because that's the only thing currently that's starting to come back. So it's been very intense to watch. We're basically going month to month or week to week with, the New York State guidelines with what's actually allowed to happen. We are allowed to have 150, people events currently with testing. So, that's something that we have been trying to do. Majority of our staff is currently getting vaccinated. So we're just trying to, do whatever we can to keep our guests safe. So, I do have a few recommendations, for our seniors that are graduating. Basically, be patient. If you get a job that it's not something that you actually wanted originally, just please be patient. If you really do love hospitality, just it's going to come back. The social gatherings are slowly coming back and things are slowly getting better. So if you have to do something that you're not really into at first, just be patient with your company. That's something that I learned. I, have been wearing a lot of hats, and obviously I don't want to do all of that, but it's given me an extreme amount of experience. I actually was part of the transition team from IHG to Sonesta, so I was able to watch all of the systems merge, have all of the backup reports ready, work very closely with the IT team. So it's given me a lot of experience that I never thought. So in a way, it's kind of like, working through the pandemic has actually benefited me as an employee. It has been very difficult, being really, unsure of, what is going to be happening with gatherings and guest travel and all of that stuff. But I do see a light at the end of the tunnel for sure. So one really, recommendation that I have is just please be patient, do whatever you can, maybe just, wait a little bit after graduation to try to get into a job and, take it from there. you know, um, One thing that I did notice change tremendously was a lot of positions were cut. So instead of having a full sales team, now you probably have a director of sales, the senior sales manager, and then, your junior sales manager. And then instead of having a full staff at the front desk of 10, you have 5. So that's something that you really have to be patient with, because slowly, your companies are going to be able to hire more staff. But right now, you just have to do whatever you can and hang on. I do think that if you love hospitality, you should do whatever you can to stick with it and be patient with it. I know quite a few individuals that gave up on hospitality, and it was really discouraging for them because they didn't think they'd be able to get a job ever again. And it hurt me because people were so passionate and now they're not into it at all. And I saw myself a few times thinking that I wanted to change paths as well, but I just kind of waited it out, and I do see that it is getting better. So be hopeful. If you're passionate about hospitality, stick with it. I'm a prime example of someone that, did want to kind of give up, but I didn't. I hung on, and I see that things are getting better, and that's really all that matters, as long as you keep your guests safe and ensure them that, travel is okay if you practice certain safety procedures. And that's all we've done for our guests, is make sure that they're safe. So if you have any questions, like anything, please feel free to reach out to me. Anastasia can give you my contact information if you want a little bit of information on how hotels operate from the front office standpoint or the sales standpoint. Reach out to me. I've done catering, planning, front desk management, and the sales management as well. So thank you so much and have a great day.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly. It's always great to hear from our graduates who are doing wonderful things in the hospitality industry, and especially right now, despite all that's been happening and all the challenges that they've been facing. So it's great to hear from Kelly. So now we've reached one of my favorite parts of the program, the awarding of scholarships. This year, we're delighted to report that more than $20,000 in student aid is being distributed to deserving individuals. The Hospitality Management Department is fortunate to have generous donors who have committed significant financial resources to developing endowments and providing annual awards to our students. Please join me in a virtual round of applause to thank these kind people for all that they do to make achieving the dream of a college degree more attainable. Before I turn the program over to the faculty to announce the scholarship recipients, I'd like to take a moment to thank Chef Brienne Slocum and the Scholarship Selection Committee for their hard work with evaluating the applications and making some very difficult decisions. Congratulations in advance to all the winners. I look forward to congratulating you at the end as well. So I think I'm the first one. I think I have the first scholarship. And that is the Hospitality Dean Scholarship. And this scholarship maintains a longstanding tradition for the dean, the person who sits in this position, to provide financial assistance to deserving students. The criteria for the award is pretty broad, and it states that the scholarship criteria is that it's a hospitality award for a full-time student in good academic standing with financial need. And this year, we're very fortunate to have 2 recipients of the Hospitality Dean Scholarship. And our first recipient is Kashira Jones. Congratulations, Kashira. Kashira is she's an event management major from Mount Vernon, New York. Congratulations. And our next recipient is Gabriella Kralik. And Gabriella is a hotel and restaurant management major from Brooklyn, New York. Congratulations, Gabriella. And now I'll turn it over to Mrs. Blocker and to Mrs. Weiss to give the next award.
Hi, everybody. I am here with my mom because it's very special to us to be giving this award. And, you know, my dad was very excited about me being part of a hospitality department. And certainly when I came to work at SUNY Delhi, that was awesome because faculty in the hospitality department at SUNY Delhi helped develop many of the products that we had in our gourmet food business. We created it to honor my dad's love of food and his entrepreneurial spirit. He was very passionate. I'm just trying to read this and say it, you know, on my own too. He was passionate about the fact that not everybody is the same when it comes to learning and doing, and you have to support everybody, and you have to make sure that you really inspire the people who have the passion and the skills. And so here we are, we're trying to keep his memory alive this way. So for this scholarship, you must be a full-time student majoring in hospitality, have good academic standing with a 2.5 or greater, and demonstrate hospitality skills, hard work, and striving for excellence. And Benson, you are the recipient of my dad's scholarship. I can't see, is the camera on in the?
I just heard cheers and my door is closed.
Thank you, Chef Slocum. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Congratulations.
Hello, good evening. I'm really excited to be here. Tonight, I'll be presenting 2 scholarships. It's like Dr. Brower said, this is the best part, to try to give away money that's not even yours. So first, the Sean Grace Memorial Endowment Scholarship. Sean Grace was the son of a prominent restaurateur and business owner in Oneonta, New York. He worked in the family business, All Star Village, as the restaurant manager, but unfortunately passed away at an early age. The family chose to carry on his legacy with this scholarship. The criteria for this scholarship: a full-time student in the 3rd or 4th year of the hospitality bachelor's program, and also must be in good academic standing. The recipient of this year's Sean Grace Memorial Endowment is the birthday girl, Gabby Kralik. Her major in hotel and restaurant management, and she's from Brooklyn, New York. And as you all know, if you don't know her, she's extremely outgoing. She does a lot on our campus, both in our department and 2 jobs on campus. So we're extremely happy to be able to award Gabby with this tonight. The next one that I'll be presenting is the Paul and Judy O'Neill Hospitality Endowment Scholarship. Paul O'Neill is a SUNY Delhi graduate. The couple met here. Paul worked at an impressive establishments in the industry, including the Sheraton New York Hotel and Towers in Times Square. He was instrumental in supporting department trips to the hotel show at the Jacob Javits Center. He retired after being the president and COO of the Atlantis in the Bahamas. The criteria for this scholarship: you must be a full-time hospitality student with good academic performance and character, as well as financial need. Tonight, I'm pleased to present this award to Benjamin James, a culinary arts management major from Watertown, New York. Congratulations, Benjamin.
Hello, everybody. Wonderful to see you all, and thanks that we all could come together. So we have the Hospitality Department Student Aid Endowment Scholarship. This award is supported by payroll deductions of faculty and staff in the department. So we all have a personal stock in this person a little bit. This is awarded to a hospitality full-time student, drum roll. And we have Anthony Scuderi. Congratulations, you worked hard for this.
He must be upstairs too.
Is he upstairs? Can we find him? Congratulations again, Anthony. We have next the Holiday Inn W.W. Reed Hotel Endowment Scholarship. This was established by John Kennedy when he was employed by Holiday Inn back in 1963 and was a SUNY graduate, SUNY Delhi graduate. We have our lounge, our renovated lounge, which is named after him in our alumni hall. And he has had a long established career in resorts throughout the US, so a very notable person in the industry. Again, this award is honored to a hospitality full-time student. Johanna Peralta, congratulations. You also have worked very hard. Glad to see you receive this award. Proud moments for you both. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. I am here to award the Kevin Zraly Endowment Scholarship, which was named in honor of Kevin Zraly, who was a world-renowned sommelier. The scholarship is awarded from proceeds earned at the annual scholarship dinner. The first dinner was in 1999. The first recipient was awarded in the year 2000. The scholarship criteria is just a full-time student majoring in hospitality. And our first recipient is Jeremy Boyd from Amsterdam, New York. Congratulations, Anthony. See here tonight? No? Okay. Our second recipient is Eli Warren, whose major is culinary management from Central Square, New York. Congratulations, Eli. Is she here? And we have one more recipient, Deani Woodson, who's in culinary arts management from the Bronx. And she's right here in my class with me. You wanna peek? No, she doesn't wanna peek. Okay, congratulations to all of you.
It's my turn. For the record, the duration of this meeting is the longest I've gone in a meeting without speaking. So I just want to say quickly that I'm honored to have the opportunity to present this award. That you don't know, the Brooks family is originally from Stamford, about 20 miles away from Delhi, and I am originally from Stamford, 20 miles away from Delhi. I knew John's father. I knew Joni in high school. I mean, they were a little bit older than me, but I really know this family. As a matter of fact, Joni's sister, Janie, was my babysitter, which sounds a little weird, but it was not changing diapers baby. It was that 10-year-old, don't leave me alone, I'll burn the house down baby. So anyway, I have a close tie to this award, and I'm honored to give it. The Brooks family, many of you may not know, holds the record for having the most members of a family, a single family, to graduate from SUNY Delhi in the hospitality program. And because of that, the award was established in the mid-90s by the second generation, John and Joan. John's son currently is the person who's the day-to-day operator. The scholarship criteria is a full-time hospitality management major, and the first preference is given to locations, students from Delaware, Otsego, and Shenango counties. We have two winners tonight. The first one is Jordan Hall from Over the Hill in Franklin, culinary arts management major. Jordan, let me be the first to say congratulations. The second is Alana Schleider from Binghamton, New York, also culinary arts. Both of these people show that hard work pays off. Again, congratulations to both of you. Well deserved. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure of announcing our next two awards. The first award that I'll be presenting this evening is the Professor Walter Root Scholarship. Walter Root was a faculty member here in the hospitality department, and he was instrumental in establishing the longstanding relationship between SUNY Delhi and Disney, beginning in the early 80s when the Disney College program was founded. The criteria for this scholarship is a hospitality award for a full-time student. And our winner this year is Eli Warren. Congratulations, Eli, a culinary management major from Central Square, New York. Well done. The second award that I get to present this evening is the Seymour G. Elizabeth Potter Bowman Award. This scholarship is used for expenses associated with room and board and other non-tuition related expenses for a student. The criteria for this award is a student who is enrolled full-time in any of our hospitality majors. They must have completed 24 credits, have documented financial need, at least a 2.5 GPA, and a completed FAFSA. And this year we are excited to present this award to Annalise Ringenberg, an event management major from Newburgh, New York. Congratulations, Annalise.
Thank you. I get the pleasure of presenting the Restaurant and Banquet Gratuity Scholarship. And this award is given to students who have completed the restaurant and banquet service classes. These funds are provided through the gratuities given by patrons who dine in our restaurant classrooms. The scholarship criteria is this award is awarded to a full-time hospitality student that has completed or is currently taking one of the restaurant and banquet service classes. The first one goes to Ensign Azzi, Culinary Arts Management, Brooklyn, New York. Could you hear that? They're a little excited. The next one goes to Kashara Jones, Event Management, Mount Vernon, New York.
Woo! Yeah!
And Alana Schleider, Culinary Arts, Business Management, Binghamton, New York. And Anthony Scuderi, Culinary Arts, Lock Sheldrake, New York. Deani Woodson, congratulations, the Bronx, New York. And the final award this evening is the Chef de Cuisine Award, and this is sponsored by the Société Culinaire Philanthropique, which is one of the oldest gastronomic organizations in the world. And we also really like to give this to somebody that has a competition spirit or has contributed to the picnic that they usually hold in the fall every year. So also beyond what I just mentioned, it's awarded to a full-time student in the food service program. This year's award goes to Tyler Kemble, Culinary Arts Management, East Hampton, New Jersey. And I know he is on the Zoom, so congratulations, Tyler.
Great. Well, thank you, faculty, and congratulations again to all the recipients. That's a wonderful accomplishment to all of you and for all of you. Okay. So now, members of the class of 2021, it's time for us to turn our attention to you. It gives me great pleasure to be one of the first to welcome you to the SUNY Delhi family as alumni. You join a distinguished group of individuals who've gone on to accomplish great things in the industry. And I have a hunch you'll be doing the same as you begin writing your next chapter. Remember to leverage the wonderful relationships that you've established here at Delhi, as these connections will last a lifetime. In recognition of your achievement, all graduates have received a gold pineapple pin to commemorate this important milestone. The pineapple has been a symbol of hospitality since the days of the early American colonies. The legend began with sea captains of New England who sailed among the Caribbean islands and returned to the colonies bearing their cargo of fruits, spices, and rum. According to the legend, the captain would spear a pineapple on a fence post outside of his home to let his friends know of his safe return from the sea. The pineapple was an invitation for them to visit, share his food and drink, and listen to tales of his voyage. As the tradition grew, colonial innkeepers added the pineapple to their signs and advertisements, and bedposts carved in the shape of pineapples were a common sight across New England. The legend has continued to the present, and frequently one sees the pineapple symbols in hotels and restaurants to signal the presence of hospitality. So here's to you, SUNY Delhi's class of 2021. We're very proud of you. Congratulations. Jade Bailey, Axel Burrell, Dawn Canfield, Echo Carey, Jessica Cook, Sarah Fischetti, Ramon Dagashi, Elizabeth Geronimo, Anastasia Guarneri, Catherine Hayes, Liana Hurt, Kyan John Nicholas, Kashara Jones, Joshua Crace, Sarah Latta, Leonora Landau, Ilana Lantiga, Anna Marie Lucy, Sydney Robinson, Sean Stewart, Taylor Tastis, and the others who are not able to submit photos and who may not be with us tonight, but I'll read through their names really quickly. Eleanor Alvarez Pazmino, Samuel Blanket, Mylin Bui, Michael Burdick, Emily Cairns, Garrett Charland, Colette Corkery, Elizabeth Crandall, Taylor Filipowski, Rocio Fukuda, Sudat Harpal, Mary Henry, Cameron Johnson, Shanoa Justinville, Luciana Mondolfi, Hannah Morse, Linda Duane, Natalia Nonyak, Sean Oshnig, Nina Pesci, Jacob Prim, Michael Scambati, Kyle Soul, Corey Watson, Delcia Woods, and Megan Warden. Congratulations to all of you. Now we have the opportunity to turn it over to some faculty recognition. And I'm really excited to be able to, well, this is with mixed emotions, but I'm excited to be able to recognize Chef Jessica Backus Foster for her contributions as our program director. Chef Backus Foster has been our program director since 2017. And sadly, after nearly 5 years of service, she'll be concluding her obligations as PD at the end of this semester. Chef Backus Foster has been instrumental in overseeing a number of initiatives that have helped to move the department forward during her time as the program director. She's overseen the faculty's assessment efforts to ensure that students receive the highest quality education possible, has worked tirelessly to assemble the semester course schedule, which is a very tedious and time-consuming task, and has assisted with the development of the annual budget request, to name just a couple of things that she's done. While these functions have largely been performed behind the scenes, they've been instrumental to the efficient and effective operation of the department. In addition, she has served as a sounding board, for me more times than she cares to think about, a generator of great ideas, and has helped hundreds of students with questions and concerns about their degree completion, course registration, and future plans. Chef Backus Foster is a tremendously hard worker, a dedicated SUNY Delhi employee, and a trusted colleague. While I will miss working with her in the capacity of program director, I'm glad to know that she'll continue to serve as a culinary arts faculty member imparting her wisdom and experience to so many students to come. Please join me in a virtual round of applause for all that Chef Bacchus Foster has done to make SUNY Delhi, the SUNY Delhi Hospitality Management Department, such a great place to work. Thank you so much, Chef Bacchus Foster.
Next up on the faculty recognition, we have Professor Anthony Galoro. Professor Galoro started at SUNY Delhi in August of 2013, and he retired last April of 2020. During his time at SUNY Delhi, he served as an academic advisor as well as a club advisor for the Hotel Management Society. He assisted with various campus events such as open houses, accepted student days, advisory board, and Zareli dinners. He chaperoned field trips to the hotel show in New York City and served as a member of the College Senate. We have a couple of tributes from fellow faculty. This one's from Ms. Slocum. To Mr. Galoro, I am glad you are getting a proper retirement recognition. Time has stood still since last spring. I miss your presence on campus as my office mate and neighbor. I am hoping you are living retirement to the max. Delhi will always miss you. And this one's from Mrs. Blocker. Tony, it won't be the same in MAC when we go back in the fall without you there. I am grateful for the time we had teaching menu planning together. You are a gem. Please keep in touch, enjoy your retirement, and watch out for runaway coffee tables. We also have a video tribute from Professor Holland.
Good evening, everyone. I am excited to be here this evening to share our well wishes to Mr. Galoro on his retirement. Congratulations on your retirement last year. We've missed you very much this year, but we are very happy that you are enjoying your retirement. We thank you for all of your contributions to SUNY Delhi. You've been an awesome professor, a great coworker, a wonderful friend, and a fantastic office mate. So we wish you the very best. We thank you for everything and enjoy your continued retirement.
So thank you, Professor Galoro. Next, we want to thank
you all.
Michael Barnes. He started at SUNY Delhi all the way back in August of 2000, and he'll be retiring this year, August 2021. Some of his career highlights include that he also served as an academic advisor and a club advisor for Club Managers Association of America. He assisted with various campus events such as open houses, accepted student days, advisory board, and Zareli dinners. He was an instructor of Serve Safe food and alcohol safety courses for students as well as members of the community. He developed new courses for the department such as casino operations. He chaperoned field trips to the Saratoga and Turning Stone casinos and the hotel show in New York City. He served on many search and presentation committees, was involved with the Intercollegiate Athletics Board, and assisted in the restoration of Kennedy Lounge, as well as working at the Cafe on the Green and Bluestone. And we have some more faculty tributes, this one from Professor Slocum. To Mr. Barnes, it has been an absolute blast knowing you over the last 15 years. I could always count on you to tell me a good story or joke, but usually those are one and the same. I wish you all the health and happiness in your retirement journey, and I expect to see you on the golf course. And this one is from Mrs. Blocker. Mike, I will miss your smiling face and hearing your great stories on our campus. It won't be the same without you. Take care of yourself and please keep us updated on everything. We are right here rooting for you and with you every step of the way. We have another video tribute, this one from JBF.
Hi, Mike. On behalf of all of your colleagues and the students in the hospitality department, we want to say we love you. Congratulations on this well-deserved retirement. We're so grateful for all of the wonderful things you've given us, your time, your talents, your love, your passion, your commitment, and your kidney stone stories. We love you, Mike. Bye.
So thank you, Professor Barnes. I
Yes,
think
it
Dr.
was
Brower
my
has
pleasure, so thank you.
And I just wanted to also add that it's a great pleasure to recognize Professors Michael Barnes and Anthony Galoro on their retirements. Both of these gentlemen, as my colleagues have already mentioned, have given so much to our department through the years and have always put students first. They've led field trips, as you've heard, they've hosted guest speakers and have facilitated some lively discussions in their courses that have sparked some thought-provoking dialogue. So we really appreciate that. Their unwavering commitment to our institution has been second to none and will be greatly missed. However, despite the fact that we're sad to lose both of these talented faculty members from our team, we're happy for them as they embark on their next chapters in their lives. So again, let's show a warm SUNY Delhi thanks to these two gentlemen, Mr. Barnes and Mr. Galoro, for the wonderful years of service that they've contributed to SUNY Delhi. So thanks to both of you, and best of health and happiness in your well-deserved retirements.
Mike, when we play golf?
I'm always ready to play golf, but just again, that was very nice. And I can speak for Tony that when you enjoy a job as much as we did, it wasn't really work. Don't ask us for the money back, but we enjoyed our time there. So thank you.
That's exactly right. Thank you all very much.
Thank you both so much. Well, folks, we've reached that point in the program where we must say farewell. But just a couple of final thoughts as we conclude our time together tonight. During this great time of stress and change, whether you're graduating, going out on your internship, or simply finishing your semester, I want you to take a moment to reflect on this wonderful milestone in your life. For some of you, this marks the completion of your first year of college. For others, it's the final year. Regardless, consider all of the hard work that's gone into getting you to this moment. Remember, be sure to recognize the small victories and the big ones alike. This semester represents a significant accomplishment for you in getting one step closer to earning your SUNY Delhi degree. What a wonderful feat. Congratulations to all of you for a job well done. I can speak for the faculty when I say that we are all very proud of you and appreciate what you have done to make SUNY Delhi the wonderful place that it is. Again, let's thank Professor Holland and her students for an excellent program. And thanks to the faculty and staff of the Hospitality Management Department for all they do for us every single day. Thanks to all of you for attending this evening, and best wishes on the remainder of a successful semester. Have a wonderful evening.